Hello YouTube, this is set number 60347, the grocery store, supermarket, depends where you are, but it's a supermarket in Lego City. We've got one finally. They've gone all in and made it quite large, put a lot of stuff into it, which I have no objection to, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but it's really good to see a bog standard shop in the Lego City lineup. Now, let's put that in context. We've seen big sets like the city, town, square sets and things like that. I can't remember the number of, but they include like bike shops, restaurants, martial arts, things like that. But to actually have a shop like this on its own is awesome, and the fact that Lego has put so much effort into it as well is beautiful. I love it. Love it, Lego. Now this set only has 404 pieces in it, and obviously the largest of which is this good old road plate that seems to be in just about every mid to large Lego City set now, unfortunately, which do cost money, but Lego is really pushing this system and trying to push the modularity of it. Otherwise there's other big pieces here, but just looking at that, you get 5 minifigures. So you've got the Be Happy, and this does make me happy. We've got the shop owner, we've got this guy here, who we'll talk about in more detail in a minute. We've got this little girl here, which my kids haven't lost this time, but she does have an upside down shopping list, I've just realised. And back here we've got the forklift truck driver, and she comes with a hat and a ponytail. And then back here we've got the blonde girl driving the forklift truck. We've got an electric vehicle here, which would not be part of a review of mine if it hadn't been tampered with in some way. Thank you, my children. But let's just take a moment to look at this. I mean, we've got this fresh branding. Lego is really pushing this fresh branding. If you look at the farm sets, if you look at the train station, if you look at the truck that sells the goods, they all have this fresh branding, which is awesome. I love that Lego is got this sort of idea of this lineup, and they're trying to run it through everything, and I hope that keeps going, and I'm sure we'll see hopefully a delivery truck. That would be amazing. Have like one, like a Lego style delivery truck in the future. I love the fact we've got this big bright orange carrot in here, and Lego's put a few other little things in here as well. And looking at this context, looking at this shop front, we've got flowers for sale, we've got fruit and veg over here, it's packed in. We've got a parking sign here and a little loading bay, which we'll talk about in a minute as well. And this shopping trolley. I'm pretty certain this isn't a new piece. I haven't looked it up. I've never had one before, so I'm kind of excited by that. Just has the skateboard wheels on it. I think that's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Solar panels on the roof, showing Lego's commitment to renewable energy and things like that. This seems to be a more and more staple piece of sets as well, which again I have no objection to. We do have the usual spring-loaded forklift truck. Whee! Look at that. I'm not going to try that again. There's no way I could get that to land like that. That was epic. Anyway, what I'm going to do is start by showing you around inside the shop itself, and then outside the shop, and then we'll move on to the vehicles and the minifigures and my final thoughts. To make this easier to move around, I've taken the road plate off the edge. You can see that just attaches by a couple of plates there. So looking at it from the front here, we've got this awesome flower stand, and I believe this piece in here, let's just take this off, seeing as I've knocked it over anyway. This piece in here that the flower pots sit on is a new piece. I haven't seen that before. I'm not sure if it's new to this set or it's new to this year, but very useful, and it makes this great looking stand for flowers, which you could extend and do other things with. I like that. It's really, really cool. And then in here we've got corn on the cob too, which I know is part of these new city lineup sets as well. I like it. I like it a lot. Look at that. It's beautiful. That is so well made. So gushing over the little details like that, but I think it's important. There's so much for people to play with here as well, and again there's so much mockability as well for adult builders like myself. I'm trying to look at this from a kid's point of view, playing with it and what they can do, and also what an adult would do with it as well. Moving around here, we've got the doingy bits, which is for the forklift truck here, which I'm not going to spring load this time, but the forklift truck will, if it stops falling over. Now I don't understand. I managed to fire the thing in the air and it landed perfectly, but the minute I'm trying to show you it working, it doesn't want to behave. What is that about? Here we go. Right, so to show you the boingy bit here, they come in like that, so it's a loading dock, which is very cool, which is why I made the suggestion of a lorry at some point as well, because a lorry could, I did spring load it. So much fail on trying to show you this part. There we go. Now the one challenge is there's actually no lip here, so you have to get it exactly right, and if you don't, or if your bricks are ever so slightly out of alignment, it ain't gonna go in properly. So there we go. Now it's in there properly. I can do that, pull it through. So yeah, we've got the loading bay here that comes in that then can be unloaded into the shop. And then inside the shop, lots of nice little details around there. We've got the bottles. We've got the bakery section there with bread and croissants. Over here we've got these lovely, lovely shelves stacked with items. And if you saw my recent haul, I've got some additional items to add to this as well, thanks to a third party. And then over here is a very interesting feature. This is a bottle recycling system. So what you can do is take one of these bottles out of here. And the idea is that you can just put a bottle, oh, excuse my fingers, in there, push it through, and the idea is it slides down eventually, if there weren't other bottles in the way, into the container. So your kids can recycle bottles all day long playing with this set. How good is that? And then we've got fish as well. So I do like the checkout as well. That's new. I don't think I've seen that piece before. I do like the way that looks with the pay wave system here. Good touch there. We've got the thing for notes. Looks like this till's actually abandoned cash completely. It only takes notes, doesn't take coins. Otherwise, there's not a lot else to write about inside this shop. Now, as I said, I mean, it's a good building block of a set. Could be a little bit more in the interior here, but this loading dock does take up quite a lot of space, it's got to be said. And there is room for more shelves and things in here. You could really pack a lot in here. Lego has decided not to. I actually liken the amount of stuff that's in here to the bookshop creator expert set they did a few years back, which didn't have enough books in it in my books, ironically. This could really do with more. It needs more. It needs more stuff in here, I think. And this is a great idea, but again, I think maybe this could be slightly smaller as well. It doesn't need to be as long as that. You could actually knock 2 bricks off of that, move all this along, and again, have even more space. So, yeah, I think there's room for improvement here. The till could be moved somewhere else. They could do self-checkout. So there's definitely a lot of scope to improve the interior of this set, but I think as an overall package, there is so much to do and play with in this set. Put your minifigures inside. We've got room for the attendant there. We've got this guy here looking over the bottles. We've got the trolley full of food here. The little girl with her dad, obviously, like they're looking at what they want to get, the shopping list. So there's loads you can do. I mean, they've clearly left space inside to let you have this trolley. Actually putting other things in here, that trolley wouldn't work. So if you got rid of the trolley, would work quite well. Having the trolley in there, there we go, stocking up on their shopping. The trolley actually takes up half the shop. So, you know, they've included that, great feature, but at the same time, it does make it impractical to actually build out anything. Not a huge amount to write home about this car. This is a pretty typical Lego City car. Your 4 wide, normal wheels, opening doors, roof comes off. It does have the electric charger symbol on it, so it is an electric car. Strangely, the supermarket doesn't have a charger, which I'm surprised by. I thought they might have included the charger. Maybe they didn't have room, but I think they probably could have for the sake of a few more bricks. I think they really could have and should have, because it is the kind of thing you're starting to see in supermarket car parks. Next up, our forklift truck. Again, not a huge amount to write home about. It is a very nicely designed forklift truck. I like the fact that this sits level. I love the use of the orange colour in it. The interior, there is no interior, it's just a steering wheel, so I don't know how you actually operate this. Oh, You can break it though if you do what I just did. We've got the orange light on the top. I love the chevron around the back, just a little safety feature there. It's a nice little forklift truck, it really is. I think it's a very well balanced one. There isn't a lot you can say about most of these forklift trucks because they are generally quite utilitarian, quite simple. It doesn't need to be anything more than this. I'm going to see if I can get it to do another thing. You do get the spring-loaded forklift forks. Hey, it did it again! Wow! That was well balanced. Haha! I'm a bastard. I'm not going to do it again. Third time is not going to be lucky, I'm pretty certain. But yeah, good design. Spring loaded, so be careful with that. It is a bit of a weapon if you're not careful. But yeah, beautiful. I love it. Look at that. I think it's really nice. I think they've done a lovely job on that. It is a small, practical forklift truck for this size of a set. Starting with the two shoppers in the set, we've got the little girl with her shopping list, which is now the right way around, you'll be pleased to know. And this very bright, very sharply printed top again, which I really like to see how, as I've said in a couple of my last reviews, how the quality of the printing seems to have improved at Lego, which is good to finally see. And then we get on to this chap here, who I think you can just see does have pattern on his top, does have a happy face, but he's got this artificial leg, and I'm just going to take that off of there a second to show you in a bit more close up. Because it does actually have a stud on it as well. That is remarkably well done. Remarkable. Look at that. What a brilliant piece. What a brilliant design. And that sits perfectly on the two studs there like that. What a great piece. What a great character. Fantastic minifigure. Turning it round, the fantastic printing is carried on to the back here. We can see nothing to write home about otherwise. There's no second faces on these, but they are very well done. I think they're both very good minifigures. I think that artificial leg is, as I said, extraordinarily well done. So kudos to Lego for including that one. Now looking at the shop workers as well, we've seen the P outfit before in the collectible minifigures. I'm glad to see it in a set here as well. Slightly different, but near enough the same. Nothing to change about it, but really cool. We've got our shopkeeper here. Again, look at the quality of that printing. I really hope my camera is doing this justice with just how finely printed that is. The stitching all the way around there. There's wrinkles all over it. There's the logo in the middle there is beautifully printed. And then over here we've got the girl driving the forklift truck who has one of those new high visibility outfits there. Again, not an easy thing to pull off with the different colors there without them running into each other. So very well done there, Lego. And the baseball cap there, which you can see is actually a whole molded piece with the ponytail that we've seen before. And then round the back here, again, the printing carries on. This beautiful bow here, the hatch work of his shirt, everything is nicely done. And again, the quality of the printing carries on there. So the only figure in this that actually gets a second face is the forklift truck driver. I'm not sure why that is. I'm quite surprised that the customers in the shop didn't get a second face as well, but it is what it is. I'm surprised that they didn't. So there you have it. That is the minifigures from this set. Now comes the hard part of this set. How to rate it. Now this set costs $70 US or 100 Australian dollars. I'm going to say off the bat, I don't think it's worth it. I know the price is high because of this grey plate here, and I personally don't agree with prices being inflated because of that one piece. Unfortunately, I don't think it's right. I think this set should probably have come in, I can't speak for the US market, but I think this should have been an $80 set at the most, probably even 70 without that plate. Now I paid $80 for this, so it's already discounted in the retailers from day one, which is great to see. It makes you wonder why Lego doesn't mark it down, but go and have a look at some of Jane's videos about that. He does talk about that whole pricing thing. I'm not going to dwell on it at the moment, but I do think this is a fantastic play set, and any Anybody that gets this will get a lot of enjoyment out of it. There is so many things to play with and do. The characters are really good. The vehicles are good. The way it looks good. The composure of the whole thing is good. It is a good set. Great colours, great part choice, great stickers. I love the fact that we've got the fresh food thing going. We get a forklift truck. I mean, come on, it matches my pointer as well, but we get a forklift truck in a little supermarket set. I think that's a really good little detail they put in there. Lego could actually quite have easily left that out. It does make a good play feature. Again, if they'd left that feature out and the road play out, probably would have brought it down to closer to sort of $60. So, you know, you see the playability has outweighed the price of the set there. And I actually don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's good. And I really do hope, like I said, that we see a delivery truck that works with this set as well. That would be fantastic. From my point as an AFOL, I'm immediately got mock plans for this. There's already some mocks out there. Again, I highly recommend going to have a search for it. There are some great ideas out there for what you can do with this set. So I think all in all, this is a really good set. There's so many things in it. There's so much going on. There's so much playability. I like the fact that Lego's got their green message across with the recycling, with the solar energy, with the fact that it's a green battery powered car. I would like to have seen a charger on there. I would like to have seen a little bit more on the interior. I think that would have justified the higher price, but you can't put more in the interior because of the shopping trolley, which again I think is quite a high price part, so maybe that should have come out and something else should have gone in. There's ways to fix it, to improve it, in my opinion, but I think overall I'm happy with this set. I'm glad I've got it. I'm glad other people will get to enjoy this as well, and I don't think anybody that gets it will be disappointed with it. I'm so happy to see a shop like this in the Lego City lineup. It makes me very, very happy. But let me know in the comments what you think about this set. I'd love to know. Do you agree with what I'm saying about it? I mean, the value is not there at full RRP. I don't think it is at all, but at what the shops are marking it down to already, I think it suddenly becomes a very, very appealing set. I think the figures in it are fantastic. I think overall this is a great set. So I'd love to know if you agree with me and if you have plans for what you want to do with it. Now, if you're new here, please hit subscribe. It supports my channel and I do post regularly. And I'm going to leave it there and say thanks for watching and give you a couple more videos to watch if you're interested. I'll see you again very soon.